Hi guys, another Monday Moments with Sarah. Um, Today we're going to talk a little bit about the me space. If you haven't heard about that, I'm going to explain a little bit about what goes inside of it, what it's used for, just that kind of thing, so we're all on the same page. So, as adults, you think about it, like sometimes we have big emotions. Sometimes we've had this overstimulating time, too much has been going on, we're just overwhelmed and we need a break. So I like to think about it that way with children too. You think about it, they have all these big emotions and things that they're learning about that they might not understand yet. And there's so much going on in the classroom sometimes, and there's lots of people around, and sometimes they just need a break. So I kind of look at it as sometimes as adults we need a break, so sometimes children, they rightly need a break too. And that me space is a spot where they can have a break. So what our job is to provide them a space where they can have some time by themselves. That's why it's called the me space. And it's a safe spot in the room where they can go when they're feeling those big emotions, or where just the room is too much, or what's going on is too much, and they just need a minute by themselves. It's a really quiet and cozy space. It's away from a big action in the room. A lot of times I highly suggest putting it in the book area or near the book area, not necessarily in the book area, but close enough, because the book area is kind of the quieter spot in the room, hopefully, or another little tucked away corner of the room. Obviously you want it visible to a teacher. A lot of us have those cubes that have like the big circles cut out on three sides, so they can kind of feel like sheltered and in their one little spot, but they're still visible to us. That's always important. We want them to be able to feel like they're secluded, but that we are able to see them still, so we know they're being safe and nothing's going on. It's really important to know though that like this me space, it's not used as like a punishment or discipline. It's not used as a timeout, because we don't do timeouts, for one. And two, we want them to feel like it's a safe spot where they can go and they can recognize, I need a minute to calm myself, to collect myself, to deal with my emotions. We kind of offer it as a choice, but they're not sent there. So we're not going to say, go to the me space. So we're going to say, do you need some time in the me space? Do you need some time to calm down? And when you're ready, we can talk about it and figure it out. Do you need some time to relax? And that's what it is. It's an option, but it's not, again, used as a timeout. It's not used as a punishment. They're not sent there. We use it in preschool. We use it in pre-K. We use it in toddlers. You can even use it for some of the older infants. And what's nice is, as you like introduce it in the beginning of the year, like I always say at the beginning of the year, like that's when you introduce everything in your room. You introduce your schedule, you introduce all the different parts of the room, you introduce the materials. So you're going to introduce that me space, and you're going to tell them like, this is your safe spot where you can go. So if we all have those me spaces, which we should, then year by year, they know this is my space where I can go. It may be in a different spot in every classroom, but every classroom has a spot where I can go to feel safe. And as we start teaching them at that young age, then they're going to be better able to recognize the situations and the feelings where they may need that minute to collect themselves. And they might be ready to say, I need to go to the me space. And they're going to start telling you that. And you don't have to make it a choice or make it or offer it. You don't need to say, hey, do you need a minute in the me space? Do you want me to join you in the me space? Or do you want space by yourself? Let us say, I need some time in the me space. I need to calm down. So what kind of things are in that me space? Things included are soft items. Sometimes we'll put crib mattresses with crib sheets. By the way, crib sheets, they should probably be washed at least once a week. And if you can like visibly see that they're dirty, then wash them. Like, just because if everyone's sitting on them, we know like we wash hands and faces as much as we can, but they're gonna get stuff on them. They can include stuffed animals, pillows, any kind of like soft thing, just making it comforting. Some of them, even instead of the cube, they'll have like a curtain hanging around. But again, it's like one of those like sheer ones so you can still see. You're going to have fidgets or those sensory bottles, and your classes can help make those sensory bottles just using simple water bottles and in putting beads or nature items or glitter inside of them, and then hot glue them shut. So then it's kind of like this calming keeps their hands busy and helps calm them and relax their body. Also, you can have the pictures of our breathing techniques. And that way, when they're in the me space, if they're in there because they're feeling really upset and they're having a hard time regulating those emotions, they can see those pictures and remind them of all the breathing techniques that we've been learning in our classrooms. And they can practice one and they can pick one and say, I need to do this one. I need to do the pretzel, or I need to do the drain. And that's how I'm going to relax and calm down. Or a teacher can ask, can I do it? Do you want me to breathe with you? Do you want me to do a breathing technique with you? Which one do you want to do? We'll also include like pictures of emotions. And it's really helpful to have a mirror. So we can look at the mirror and be like, look at your face. Like, I see that your eyes are red, you've been crying, or you have tears coming down your cheeks, or your lips are turned down, you look sad. And you can compare it to emotion pictures. So that way they're really starting to recognize their own emotions, but other people's emotions, recognizing what people's faces look like when they're feeling those different emotions. Also, family photos are a great thing to have in the me space. Obviously, with toddlers and infants, we want them movable. You can do that simply by keeping them in a basket, or maybe have like a Velcro wall there so like they can pull them and move them, that kind of thing. But just like when you're down and upset, sometimes you just need your family. And especially if they're in the me space because they're really sad because mom or dad or grandma or whoever dropped them off had to leave, maybe you need that minute to just sit there and snuggle their family photo and remember, I'm sad. I'm sad that they left. I didn't want them to go, but I know they love me and I know they're going to come back. Also, another helpful thing to have in there is books. Some of them, especially like the older kids, really like to flip through books, or they'll want to teach you to come there and read a book with them. Some books could be like Tucker Turtle or some of the other social stories. So like if they're having like a problem saying goodbye to mom or dad, or they're having just issues with other children in the classroom, like it can be social stories like talking about like how they might feel during that situation and what they can do about it, and just helping them solve those problems. There can also be the solution kit. So sometimes I had children who were going to the me space and calming down, but then they saw the solution kit and they would come out and want to use that solution kit to solve the problem with the other kids. The other thing you could have in a me space is an I love you rituals, and not just one, but like a couple of them. Have a book of them. So like introduce one a week in your classroom, practice them, do them with the kids whenever you just have like a down moment, one-on-one time. I love the idea of doing them during like diaper changes with some of the kids, or like at pickup, or at drop off when they might be feeling a little sad. So they kind of have that one-on-one time with you and they're feeling that extra love moment, I guess, because it is I love you ritual that you want to show them like, I love you, I see that you're sad, but I want you to know that I care for you, and I see that you're sad, and I'm trying to make you feel welcome in the room, and I want you to feel like this is your space and a safe space. And so that would be a good time. Like if they're in there, you can see if maybe they want to pick one and do one with you. So again, like that me space, every classroom should have one, except for like the youngest infants, and it's just a soft spot in the room with some social emotional items like those fidgets and those breathing techniques and those big emotion cards and I love rituals. It's just really a place where they can feel supported in their big emotions, where they can feel supported when they're overwhelmed and they just need some quiet and downtime. And it's really, again, not a place that we send them to. It's not for a timeout. It's not used as a discipline or punishment when a kid's acting out saying go to the me space. It's there, they choose to go there, and it's there as a resource for them. So if you need any of those resources, we do have those. You can just let me know. You can email me at sarah@greengarden@cdc.com. I have those I love you rituals. I have solution kits. I have breathing techniques. I have all those. If you need more solutions, or if you want me to, I can send you pictures so you can get some sample ideas if you kind of want to revamp yours. Just let me know. And feel free to comment if you want about how you guys implement a me space in your classroom, what it might look like, or kind of like maybe just like a little interaction that might have happened in it in the last week or couple weeks, just so we can kind of see how it's all being used. Have a great night, guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye.